What's good, Zasko?
Hello, hello.
Sup. How's work?
Work was good. Work was good. We're live now. Are we?
Yeah, I just started it.
Sweet.
I also
Nah, work was good.
I hear an echo on the Discord.
One sec.
I think there's a way for me to send you a link through some Twitch thing to get your webcam.
Oh, okay.
Are you familiar? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. Let me just try and figure out this echo real quick. Is it still going?
Test. No, I think you're good.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Yeah, if you've got a link.
Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna make an announcement in the Discord real quick. Actually, I think the stream will now. What's up, Kerbo? Let's see. It's a new Twitch feature that's not really new anymore that I haven't messed with, but let me see if I can find it. It's not streamed together. Streaming tools? Nope. It's called like Twitch Stars or something. Let me look. What's up, Moonlit? Twitch. Oh, it is called Stream Together. What's up, Songbird? What's up, Old Matt? Let's see here. How do I do this? What's up, Alan? Hit a Model 1? Yo, congrats. The premium video did well. Okay, let's see. Use group browser source to use preset layouts. In advanced, use individual sources. Okay, no, I don't care about that. Select. Paste. Okay. Stream. I might have to set this up another time because this seems a little bit more complicated than I thought it would be.
So I'm looking. I searched it up. It says it's something to do with the stream together feature.
Yeah.
And then you include your camera in the group browser feed. I think. Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, we could probably set up another time, but
yeah, I'll record my webcam and I'll just send it separately.
All right, sounds good. Thought it might be cool for chat to see your face, but we'll do that for the next one.
Yeah, true.
Unless I browser source your Discord camera, but that's probably too much. Maybe I can check this video real quick and see if it's not too complicated.
Worth it?
Let's see.
Let's go. So, stream together and drop-ins. How the heck does this work? Well, pretty straightforward. Stream together lets you collaborate with 5 other streamers and even chatters while live. And actually, you can use this offline as well. I use this a lot offline to record. To get right into it, if you go to your creator dashboard and click stream together, then click the little start button here, it will open all of your settings and controls where you...
Okay.
You can invite people just as voice or actually include their webcam as well. If they and you give permission, that is, and I will show you how to set that up in a second. Now, when you invite a streamer, if they have Twitch open, they'll receive a little notification in the top right, similar to a go live letting them accept. Or if they don't have Twitch open at the time, when they do open it, it will directly from Twitch. Again, I'll show you how to set it up. Not only do they give you one browser source that will automatically lay out every other user's webcam neatly. For example, if I have 3 guests, it will lay out. This means if you and 5 other streamers want to do a collaboration, you can control every single streamer's audio and visuals individually. This is huge because anyone like myself who has general third-party software issues, echoing or just
Oh,
play
so I
games
guess
with
we
friends,
don't have to
just
be
being
on a
on
Discord
premium,
call.
all that's solved while being integrated directly into Twitch for free. You can host
We'll be on,
podcasts,
like,
game
the
shows, talk
stream
shows, or just
together
play
thing.
games with friends and allow those friends to be seen and heard on screen at full 1080p.
Okay,
I'm looking now.
let's give it a go. I'm gonna send you this link.
All right.
Let's see what happens. And if it takes too long, then we will.
We'll jump back into this thing.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Invite guests. I can just give you this link. Okay. Try that link. Oh, yeah, I see you here.
I'll leave the Discord.
Leave the Discord.
Okay. Okay. The mic might be on something else, but we'll see.
Yes, it is. It is on my C9.
922. There we go.
you
Should be better now.
Yep, perfect.
No more
Perfect.
webcam mic.
Okay, and then are you able to turn on your camera?
Let's see.
Still radiant? No, I haven't played, so it deactivated. Oh, perfect.
Yeah. I think we're on.
Yeah.
I think we are on.
Okay, so I'm gonna hide this on stream, and then I can add you as a browser source. Browser. I'm gonna put Zasko, and then let's try this. Oh, there we go. You're on the stream.
There we go.
Okay, now I just need to.
Yeah, Hive, you did it.
We did it. I just need to shrink you because you're fucking massive. Oh shit, wrong one. Oh wait, actually, I don't want you to cover chat. I'll just put you below the chat. How about that? Boom, chat. Say hi to Zasko.
Hello, hello.
W. We're sandwiching the chat. Now chat can be part of the stream. He looks like a Greek god. He does. His hair's been looking magnificent recently.
Yeah, it's not like I'm doing much to it.
Okay, so I need an update from you because
Yes.
last we talked, you were playing Cypher. I also need your new tracker link, actually. You might have sent it
Yep,
to me,
I'll
but I
send
never
it to you,
updated
yeah.
my notes.
You
So
said that.
you're playing Cypher. We actually never got any coaching calls on Cypher due to the time zone thing with the daylight savings. So yeah, just give me the update. What's going on here? We're on Clove. Like, what's going on? Yeah.
Yeah, so when the Cypher nerfs happened, I kind of just took it as an opportunity to, like, you know, I was like, all right, you know what? Let's explore a bit. Let's explore. Because I was sitting there thinking about it. I was like, you know, it's not that bad of a nerf. But then I was like, you know, in saying that, it's probably a good opportunity to explore Clove, specifically Clove, just because the agent seemed to fit my playstyle quite well. But that was just on paper, and I wanted to put it to the test. So I've been testing Clove for the last 2 weeks, and pretty happy with it. I'm super happy with the playstyle of controller. So much so that I'm pretty keen to explore other controllers as well. But I'll stick to Clove for now.
Mm-hmm.
I think what it is the less aggressive. The less passive playstyle. Sorry, the playstyle where yes, I'm not entry fragging and I can kind of be really cool, calm, collected, take my fights, win my duels, stuff like that. But I'm not lurking and I'm not hard anchoring, and I'm, you know, able to play fast rotate. And when I'm pushing onto site, I'm able to be like third in, you know, getting in on the action, and I enjoy that. I enjoy that pace.
Okay, so it's a little bit more of like an in-between play style. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know if so. I think the best way to do this, I don't know if you saw, I screen shared on the little Twitch thing, so you won't have to have my stream open, and then hopefully this will kind of be our Discord call version. I don't know. If
Easy. Let me. I might just tweak a few things settings wise. Just.
Yep.
See what I can sort out.
What's up, chat? How's everyone doing? It's been I haven't seen or talked to you guys since I hit Radiant, and then I lost it because inactivity. when was the last time did I play? Let's see. Last time I played was the 20th, so it's been almost 2 weeks. It's almost been 2 weeks since the last stream, chat. I'll probably get the act badge off stream, or I just won't get it, because honestly, it's not really much reason for me to play the game. Thanksgiving was good. We are, just so you guys know, we are going to be looking at Zasko's Clove Ascent game, which I have pretty strong opinions on this map, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm expecting mid-site smoke on defense and a flood smoke on B if we're playing fast rotate, but we'll see. I guess I'll go ahead and load into the game. What is Thanksgiving exactly? That's a good question, actually. You give thanks. You say stuff you're grateful for. The way it officially originated, I think, is something to do with like Native Americans and food and something and something.
Alright, I'm ready to go. Should be all good.
Alrighty. Anything that you want to preface for this VOD, or just any questions you had before we got into this one?
Yes. So, when it comes to the heal, that's something I'm like experimenting with at the moment, and I'm kind of like, I'm aware of basically I'm aware of my heal usage, so that's something I've been focusing on at the moment. There'll be times where like you might see that I like miss an opportunity to use it, or I use it in a questionable spot. Like that's something that I am kind of working on, and I do have an idea of what it should be, but it's just like I'm building that intuition. Like I'm not just insta popping it after every kill, but then I'm also trying not to forget it. But yeah, I only say that because that's something that I'm like working on, but it's like a work in progress.
Okay.
So you might see like a couple missed heals, and I probably like in the moment look back on that straight away like, damn it, missed heal. But like, you know, they're slowly coming along.
It's how much experience do you have playing Reyna?
None.
None. Okay. One thing that maybe this is just helpful for Reyna players that are listening, but one thing that Reyna players just suck at is that they just insta use dismiss or insta use heal. But what you'll see from like really good Reyna players is they'll let the orb sit for a little bit so that they can choose whether or not to heal or dismiss. And I mean, in Clove's case, it's a little bit different because you can only heal, but just letting it rest for a little bit is good because you don't want to get caught pulling your gun out again. Because like the Clove animation on the heal is actually pretty significant. So yeah, there's that. Okay. Anything else before we hop into this?
I think. Nah, to be honest, that's about it. I'd say I've got some basic smokes, so I know the smokes that I've got in my playbook right now are for retakes. I've got like one outside of stairs. I'd probably have to show you.
Yeah, this one
somehow. That it's I do it a little bit closer to stairs.
Yeah, a little bit
so
more
that I can
to the right.
isolate the fights being main.
Yep.
And then mark it. And then I've got one on A site. If you look in between triple and gen, but closer towards heaven, I plonk down a smoke about there, and yeah, right there. I do that for my retakes.
Okay, cool. Cool beans. Compared to Zasko, could increase gain. Oh, my mic's low. I can actually change that in my mic settings here. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, you know what might have happened?
It went lower once we swapped to Twitch. Might be a Twitch setting.
I unplugged my mic too, so let's see. Let's see if this is enabled. Did it go up or is it still the same? Oh no, let's see.
Still the same.
That's what happened. I'll have to restart my PC for it to capture my thing. It doesn't have my filters on it because it's supposed to be this one. Oh wait, did it work? No, APO not installed. Yeah, that's what happened. When I unplug my mic and plug it back in, the APO uninstall. So my mic quality is going to be shit for this video, but I'll just turn it up. Is it too loud, too quiet? Too loud, too quiet? Test, test, test. What do you think, Zasko?
A little bit quieter, a tiny bit quieter, and you'd be sweet, I reckon.
Okay. Quieter. Gotcha. Maybe let's do 80.
Test that one.
Test, 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 test.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Okay. Yeah, it's because I unplugged my mic. Oh, that sucks. It's okay, though. That means my noise gate and everything's not on, but it's fine.
Hello.
Let's go ahead and hop into this. What's up, Henry?
Hello.
All right.
Hello, guys.
Zasko, my goats. Let's see. So we go heal on pistol. Is this normally your pistol buy? What's your pistol buy?
Yes, I would go light armor and this util.
So a couple of buys you might want to consider with Clove. I just looked at, oh, we did Clove bind in the group coaching today, so you might want to watch that later, Zasko.
Definitely, yeah.
We looked at Zekin, but Zekin's pistol buy is Frenzy, double smoke heal. So that's a pretty good buy, especially after the Frenzy's buffed. I forget if he had double smokes or single, but I'm 90% sure it was double. Let me think. How much money do you have when you buy this? Do you have any left over? If you have 50 left over, you can do Frenzy. Fuck, I lost the frame. Let's see. Any Clove mains? Yep, you should have 50. So you can do Frenzy, double smoke, heal. What I personally do is light shields. I can't sell any abilities. Hold on. I do light shields. Then I do double smoke and I go metal on defense and I have pistol. The reason why I do this is because typically on defense, you're stopping rushes and your decay, I don't know if you know, it does 90 damage. So even if they have light shields, you basically just insta kill them. So defense, I prefer the metal. On attack, I will go heal. So that's just preference there.
It goes frenzy and metal or frenzy and heal.
Zekin goes heal, but at least on the round we saw. I'm picking this buy up specifically from Xander. When I reviewed one of his Sunset games, he went metal on defense, heal on attack. And I've been going with that specifically. I think it's been pretty good for me.
Yeah, interesting.
Okay, so let's keep going. You are playing towards market side, which is unorthodox. Do you have a standard position you normally play?
It's either short, back CT, like really playing fast rotate, or market.
Okay.
Or I'll smoke mid and I'll push mid.
Okay. So you're playing centralized. That's not bad. What you'll see out of a lot of Clove players is they will actually be the player that fights A main. I know that kind of takes you out of the B action, so it really depends on if you can get a teammate to fight A main with your one way, or you have to fight it yourself. But basically, if you're not defaulting the one way and someone isn't contesting it, then you should be. If you can one way and someone else can fight it, then you can kind of play float. I believe you can also one way A main from here. Yep. I still think you can do it from market. Yep. So from the Xander VOD that I watched, he was the A main player, and from the Primi VOD that I watched, he was also the A main player. But that's not to say you should discredit the fast rotate. It's just they understand the importance of A main, and they want it to be that player for their team. Yep. So you can see here, actually, we have no A main contest here, so it would be good for us to play A main, and you kind of just hope that your B hold is good. But there's nothing wrong with this, of course, but it's just something to consider. The importance of the mains on Ascent is really big. As you can see, we have aggro turret B main. If you have your one-way A main, your neutral space is good. So the other thing too is if you are going to fight mid, you don't have the util for it. So I noticed that you just went straight mid one here without actually respecting the dart. So that's kind of a mistake. If you did want to go mid one, you would hover in pizza, because typically the mid dart lands left side of lamp on the face here or somewhere along this wall. So because you don't have anyone shooting the dart for you, you need to respect the dart. You need to kind of play in this. This is what high level jets will do, is they'll play in pizza, kind of dodge dart, and then after the dart scans, they will smoke mid one like this. And then now you completely deny mid one space, and you basically traded your smoke for dart, which is a pretty good trade. And bonus points if they smoke cat, you smoke mid one and you kind of wasted dart. So you're gambling on this spot here, hoping that there's no dart, and that's honestly a mistake, especially in higher ranks. You're just going to die for free here.
In my case, it was a lack of awareness. It wasn't even like a consciously thought about it. I didn't know the dart could be a possibility, so it's a lack of awareness for sure.
Gotcha. Okay. So he calls A. At this point, we peek out, jump spot top mid. So, okay, so getting info mid here, since you already committed in mid one, your position to rotate here is already too late. So if they're going A rush here, you simply should just go into cat and rotate like this, or you go top mid and you flank. Does that make sense? It's all about timing here. Since you're not further back, let's say you're pizza, you know they're A, you could just rotate here, it's faster. But you're already in the mid one space, you're deep, you just go here. It's all about timing. It's all about timing.
Yep.
And you just got the info. There's no one there. Might as well want cat. Also, you need to be smoking mid site, right?
Is that switch?
Have you seen the mid site smoke? Are you familiar?
I'm not. I don't believe so with the one you're talking about here.
Okay. So just like on Haven C, you smoke mid site. This is what it looks like. The reason why this smoke is so good for your Heaven rotators specifically is because it lets you isolate these fights. You see how I'm not opening up the switch until the very end? That's very nice. That's very nice for your heaven players, because if you peek a site without that smoke and say you are smoked off heaven, I need abilities. Let's say you are smoked off heaven. And you coming out, you see there's just so many angles to look at. But let's say you do have the mid-site smoke here. You could easily just boom, boom, boom. It's just so much easier to actually flood. So it gives your heaven players a good flood smoke, but not only that, it gives your site player a smoke to play around. So normally when you play Omen on this map, the way that this normally plays is you jump spot, they're coming A, you throw your blind, and then you swing, and then you get a kill, and then you tuck, and then you smoke mid-site, and then now you can kind of cross freely, and you can play your site hold. So it doubles up with giving your site player...
The one that I showed you.
Sorry?
The smoke that I showed you that I was doing, the one that was a little bit closer to heaven and blocks off the gen angle, is there ever a case where that beats the one you're showing me now, or is it a bit of a different use case?
Different use case, and honestly the smoke that you're talking about, I actually never use it, but I see why you would use it. It's just I haven't seen it. So specifically for the site hold, I could see this being good, but you kind of also block off your teammates decision to go into gen. Like when they see this smoke, they're like, oh, I don't really want to go gen, but it does give him a little bit more safety. So yeah, more unorthodox for sure, but it could be good. Also, I think the cam on your end is lagging. I think that might be me though. I'm not sure. That might be me. I think it's good. I think it's good again.
Cages on site?
But yeah, you need to give that smoke. So honestly, when you're rotating like this, you're bottom mid, you recognize they're coming up A, you might actually just do both smokes at the same time. You might just be boop, boop, and then your random players go, and then now you have no smokes, you have freedom to go into the mid hit. But yeah, mid-site smokes is probably the #1 skill you should develop as a controller on defense. Understood?
Okay, sweet. Yeah, 100%. Gen.
And then here you flat out again. Notice how you still have that smoke. You probably would re-smoke aim in here since you don't know where the brim is. But
Gen.
he is late cat. And now we should just win.
Yes, Dad.
Smoking it.
Yeah, smoking heaven's fine. You should just win here. Nice. Go on.
Yes, the archer push ups to shoulders.
So we're playing mid-1 again. One-way aim
Okay,
main
if
is
I one way
fine.
this, they have to use util, and that gives away with
Yep, there you
the
go.
main. They can't walk up because we're no one there.
Whoops. Yep, that's exactly what you want to do.
Some A.
You're staring at minimap here for contact. Someone called some A. You do smoke aim main. That's good. Peek out here. Perfect. Killjoy spotted
I think
B.
they've got mid. I think he's got all. He's got all.
Yeah, keep fighting this. Yep, keep fighting this. I don't give any respect to that guy because farm your ecos, honestly, but
It'll be on Taz.
it's good that you were pushing out top mid there compared to pistol, so that's good. Smoking 5. This guy's probably holding you from top mid. They smoke. They're gonna go up cat now. You should rotate cat. Okay, I rotate's a little bit late. Yeah, you see the dart broke. This guy actually pushes mid 1 smoke, which is it's fine. We can rotate. Your teammates are here, right? So when I call rotate to cat, the thought process basically is if they smoke mid 1, they can only go into cat to A. So that one's a little bit obvious, but more so your teammates are pretty set up at B. So Killjoy turret hasn't shot B, which means that it's not a B split. If it is, you'll have time to rotate back. You have the double molly to delay, and you have 3 in this mid central. So you kind of need someone to help your Sova that's solo here. So it's like a 2-part reason here. Sova's alone, and they are signaling they're going up cat, so you should leave. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So here, like I said, we're a little bit late, but we're coming up. Yeah, slight hesitation. You don't want to be rotating heaven here. You want to be going to your Sova, so you guys are grouped.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, and then you see they're actually all 3 spotted mid, so you can take aim in here if you want. This angle is really good. I'm so glad you went to this angle. So ideally, if you rotated to the Sova, you wouldn't have to actually worry about being in a great spot before it happens. You would just be next to the Sova. So that's step 1. Just rotate to the Sova.
Back out to help.
But because we're a little bit, we rotated differently, this angle that you picked up is actually really good. This is one of the best angles in the game for the cat split, just so you know, chat. Yeah, this one's really good.
Another one there.
After you get the kill here, you could say they're not up. Might go back to mid B. They're still juggling you because they needed spike. And then here you could just smoke cat. I can't tell if he had bomb or not. But...
30 seconds left.
So you smoked off cat there. Just for future, since we're already at cat, one smoke I want to show you, which I actually saw on the Xander bot I reviewed the other day. So you smoked here, it's not bad. The problem with this smoke is if they have confidence to go through it, if they have util, whatever, they can AD swing and come out like this. So if they're really committed to the A split, like this is specifically against an A split, you do the smoke instead, so they have to W peek out of this one. Much stronger. And now when they come out, like, they can get into the smoke, and now they still feel scared, and then boom, they come out, now they have to W peek, and it's just terrible. So
Okay, I like that. Yeah.
specifically against A split. It's actually a smoke I did on the fly once, and I got a lot of kills with it. And then I saw Zana do it yesterday, so it kind of reinforced it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Feeling it.
So broke util. Yeah, I see you're shut talking here. Just know that
Yeah,
util's broken and can't really demark it. That's fine. Good rounds overall. Yeah, good round overall.
The tables have turned.
Surely
The
that'll be
tables
right.
have turned.
Probably not. No, I feel like I again. Who knows? Just a guessing game, right?
Yeah, it's a bit of a guessing game.
Big old guessing game.
You have your ghost.
So your killjoy swaps to A. Typically, when you have your senti on A, your smokes goes to B. But honestly, clove B doesn't really feel that good. But it's good to know here that you might consider. Yeah, you could just play like fast rotate. Yeah, market. Because your decay from market's actually pretty good.
Big builds.
But you can just take the line here. That's good. Step out a little bit wide. I'm kind of just waiting for noise. I mean, my guess is it's just a B pop here. 'Cause we don't hear anything A, but looks like they actually just walked up A. So you did have the mid-side smoke. Nice. He actually called for it. It's quite nice. Again, you would just do both at the same time, but they're out. You want to peek out cat before you rotate here.
One backside.
So I notice how you're
One
holding. You're
door,
wasting a
okay.
lot of time here. Yeah, and then you need to full clear it. So you could get walked up now that you've made noise.
No choice, bro.
Yeah, so they actually didn't look this round, looks like, but typically if you're the cat player, it looks like this. You cross, hold the line, or you just cross. Okay, they're coming out A, cool, let me give them util. And then I'll come back out, and then I'll peek this, and then you want to full clear, like peek this, boom, no lurker, and now I can come back. Now you don't have to worry about your back at all. And then you can spam this, so you can play for the flood. Now the alternative is, okay, I'm playing cat, they're coming A. You know what? I'm just going to go on A side. I'm just going to play for the flood. And then I'm in the smoke, they're coming out of decay. I'm actually playing for the site hit. I'm actually trying to get onto site. So it really depends on what you're trying to do, whether or not you're playing for the lurker or you're getting on site. But notice how we actually didn't really do either here. We kind of just held. And that's too slow.
Yes, it was in the middle position, just in the middle of both. Yeah, not effective. Makes sense.
Spike planted.
Smoke fades, that's fine. Good kill. Be very careful doing tight peeks when you're close to the wall here. So you did the tight peek on the Sova. That's actually bad technique. Like you went like this, that's bad. What you want to do here is you just jiggle and then you see them and you go wide. You only tight peek when you have angle advantage. Does that make sense?
Yes, okay.
So jiggle, jiggle, wide. But good kill. Nice. Yeah, I'm telling you, I said it to you in your stream, but your mechanics are better than mine. Like, I can't angle hold like this. Like right here, this kill on the brim, I never get with one bullet. I'll probably shoot him twice in the body. So you pop your heal here, you have decay. I'm looking for decay here.
Good judge.
Last player standing.
Ah, auntie. It was a really nice try. I would say just try to get your util out. So it's kind of hard to get your decay here, but you could like jump spot, get an opposite dice. If you come out a little bit and they aren't peeking you, you can throw a gen. And you can try to greet it into hell. But personally, I always lean on util coming from a raised player. So if I have like util, I just try to get an advantage with it. And if you did do that decay and you saw it, you hit him here, it would just be one body shot because 90 plus 65 is 155. So yeah, easy kill there.
Oh, is it, what, single body? Okay, yeah. Someone I just didn't even consider.
Yeah, decay is just insane.
Last player standing.
Line ups the KJ, so she was sitting there maybe line ups of them.
Yeah.
Oh, but you can also see, not that round because our killjoy is playing A, but you can see hopefully the value of the one way there because they actually just contacted A dry. They made no noise and they just exploded. So because we didn't one way, we actually let them kind of contact exploding. Playing against contact explodes means that you're just going to be one tempo too late because you're not getting
Do you
into
think it's smart to default that smoke every round?
like 80%, maybe 90% of the time. Yeah.
Yep, okay.
Specifically in that case, like you could argue you don't want to do the A main smoke because you actually want them to hit the site where your killjoy is at. So that would make sense. But I do believe that generally you do want to have it. It's like, for example, this round, we definitely need the A main smoke. And it looks like we aren't going to do it.
I'm in.
Yeah, so it's late.
Gonna be side
So you can see they can just get it freely. They contacted up A main and they probably just ran it down, but they killed out Reyna and he has no chance of actually getting two there. Now, if he went wide, he could have gotten a kill and dismissed, but he's probably scared of the Reyna blind. Notice how here you're also not playing for the site hold, despite you being early. Like you're really early here. They're here. You're here. By the time they get to this entrance into the smoke, you're also going to be in the smoke. You decay, you can run out. You have the same timing. They have no jet dash. So,
Yes, okay.
I see you going for the heaven smoke there. They're probably not going to commit, to be fair. Yeah, you got shot through the smoke. Yeah, they didn't actually commit. Now they're committing after the kill. You could be on site right there.
Have you got Dust over?
This round's probably over. The AV takes
Easy,
to be
I'll push
really
it
hard. Unless your raise kills one, luckily.
I think I'm mullied.
Nope, messed around. Oh, it's actually winnable now. Oh shit. Pop the heal, smoking 4. Okay. We did the classic Zasko mechanics diff here. So, yeah, nice shots. The timing of your peaks here were actually pretty good. So your micro is really good here, right? Really nice swing here. Really good jiggle on that guy, and you come back in. You actually dinked him through the wall. So really good kill here. Reload, pop the heal. I like that. You do have time to reload and get the heal off, just so chat knows. So really good. Pop the heal, you go wide. You always go wide when you have speed boots, so that was really good. Get this kill, and it was just really nice flick here. So it was good mechanics, but the round honestly shouldn't have gotten to that point because we should have played for the site hold. And then
the thing
maybe
I'm realizing now is my mindset was go to Killjoy to double up with the Killjoy. Like that's why I'm kind of going heaven here. But the reality is that I'm actually just making the Killjoy. Well, take a 1 versus 1 or 1 versus 5, sorry. And then if I was on site, I would have technically been doubling. Like I would have been fighting the site hold with Killjoy instead of her having a 1v1 now and then me taking 1v1 later.
Right. It's all timing. It's all timing. Like if you were already double heaven, there's no reason for you to go tree now, you know? It's just like he's taking a fight while you're in rotation, but you could be just taking a fight with him. Another thing to consider too, and this happens a lot on bind, but you need a player to have context so someone can have a peek for you. So oftentimes this happens a lot in higher rank games is where like you'll have this one-way smoke and then you'll actually have a player play close to it. So this pocket player gets contact for the U-Haul player and the mid-site player. So now that as soon as say Raze fights this I don't know, jet that runs through, now everyone fights off of the Raze. Because now we have someone that actually can play contact. Everyone else is also anti-flash. Sometimes your Raze heal will play contact, but you want to be that player in this specific case here for your Killjoy because they aren't through the smoke yet. So you could be, say, here holding contact for them to come through, and then boom, your Killjoy swings off through your contact, which, to be fair, with that mid-size smoke, he could already be wide. This setup works a little bit better if there is actually no mid-size smoke, to be honest, because he can kind of just peek the same lane that you have. But the point is like you could be that player to have contact and punish anyone running out because they have no jet dash. Now, if they did have jet dash still, I would play actually the opposite. I would have the mid-side smoke here. I'd be sitting in the smoke until the jet dashes, and then I would go through so I don't get spotted on his dash, and then I'm looking for the second player. But
gotcha.
It's the same idea.
Kind of Killjoy's contact. Is that a possibility there?
Yeah,
or?
you can. It really depends on your queue. Like you can do it directly after the jet dash. You can do it off of the Killjoy's kill. Like, it really just depends on what you think your timing is. And
understood.
That's a little bit different. So.
Right. I'll push up.
But yeah, I mean, nice shots, right? Definitely nice shots. Do we stare at the camera? No height, huh? Calm, cool, collected. Look at him. Oh, wait, actually, we can't see him on the stream.
Well, it's specifically stays or not. Like, I'm in that position. I can't really this step. So trust him.
One way, good.
Get out of my way.
I'm gonna go wide with your one way typically because you might get pre-fired here, but that probably doesn't happen in your games. Just know it does happen. Smoke B main here is good. Okay, so this is also a timing thing. So this happens a lot. You start A main, boom, boom, they're going B. Do you then rotate tree to spawn, or do you go cat? Typically, if they're going heavy B, I like to rotate cat. So and then peek top mid, and then if they are still B, I have them all contained here. Break turret, and boom, they're all contained. Right, because they're all in B main.
Yes, and in this case we have Reyna mid as well, so it doesn't make sense to me to
double up. Exactly. The thought process though to go tree to spawn is not a bad one. It just means that you're more so playing for the flood here, and you'll see some people do that. It just really depends on your timing, right? It really depends on your timing. So here they're coming out B. Look, Reyna has the contact line contained. It's perfect. Now Reyna's probably gonna get that kill. Perfect. Then he's gonna. If you were there, you could probably get another one. You would just have maximum contained. Yeah, you can see he's popping off. We could be getting those kills right now. You can see there, like our Reyna knows this. That's why he went for this line. We're not in the action at all. We're probably not gonna get a single kill this round.
Huge Reyna.
Oh my god.
Yep. So and then it's also true if your Reyna just insta dies and then we just lose the round because they get the kill here, they go back to A, and then you're playing rotate simulator. So. It's not obvious in the moment, right? But you can see our rotate here was actually a really bad one.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Oh, we do get a kill though. Nice.
Something back to the tension field crash race.
You guys don't give any guns in.
Ascent rotates is pretty crucial. Like you have to be in good spots.
I think I've seen practicing custom game.
This angle's pretty good.
Smoke mid.
Pro's getting a lot of kills here. 'Cause,
This was one that I remember you going over.
yeah, this one's good. I will say another angle that I prefer is this one. You just tuck yourself into this box. You just hold here. If they, because like normally they don't have like pop flashes. Like this spot sucks against pop flashes. This spot is good against pop flashes. But they only have Reyna here, so I would just hold. Okay, so let's see. I missed a little bit. So Ray's Boombots B sees nothing. Cat Reyna's fighting. Okay, so that's one thing we're desynced with. You're playing specifically to play for their push into market. But we're not reading that your Reyna is playing off of Cat. We have double Cat. And we're also not reading the noise here because you can hear the dart got broken. You immediately go into smoke form. You need to be looking for a timing for you to also swing out mid. If they, like, let's say they see someone here, you can swing out and kill that guy. Like the most dangerous thing from an attacker, like let's just put ourselves in their shoes for a second. Let's say that I'm here and Cat's not smoked. I'm getting shot at from this guy. And then boom, randomly this guy peeks me. Like, fuck, dude. It sucks, right? So even if this guy is here and he's just spamming through the smoke, that might pull some attention to me. And then eventually your raise pushes through B too. You just gotta like understand what timings you can go for, stuff like this. And we're just not in a situation at all to go for this kill. Boom, you smoke top mid. Again, we should be fighting. Okay, here we go. Nice. Now we go for the fight. This is good. This is good. We could have probably been a little bit more ready for that, but we end up capitalizing. That's good. Nice shots. Yep. Mechanics is never our problem. Mechanics never our problem. It's just the positioning.
In there is positioning big time.
And reading minimap. Like positioning, reading minimap so you can be in a good spot.
That's all good, I think. Wait, I still do it, do I?
Again, the spot you want to be careful because of the dart. Smoking tiles and top mid is honestly kind of troll on this map. So basically what you need to understand about mid is that mid is owned by attackers. It's not neutral space actually. Like attackers kind of just own it. But by committing both your smokes here, you incentivize the enemy team to speed up on extremities. And then now you have no smokes. So it's rare that you will actually go for mid control aggressively with util as a defender. Kind of like on Haven. If you smoke mid window and then actually fully fight mid, they just back up and then hit a site. So it's pretty similar here.
Yeah.
Which is what I expect to do. They're just going to speed up A or B here. Yep, sped up A.
I don't know any smokes.
And then I no smokes. Now you can go for the flank. It's not bad. It's going to be really careful of the Killjoy. I don't think we spotted her. Oh, yep, you hit him. Free kill here. Yep. Yeah, Killjoy did lurk up Cat. What the fuck? How'd that happen?
The only thing I can think of is just tiles right
He
now.
walked out tile smoke. Wow. That's insane.
That's crazy.
That is actually insane.
Right
So-
then.
I mean, your silver actually just peeked it too. And then he just immediately died. Wow, that sucks. Sucks for him. But ran out of. Oh, nice shot by him. Nice. Okay. Round's not bad. I like that you actually went for the flank there, but I don't like the mid smokes there. And that's just because you incentivize them to speed up. But
Also, I don't have game from any training yet. Oh, shit, sorry.
again, just default to a main smoke.
Pause.
Smoking. Okay, so I guess the thing that you just need to know about mid is that you will rarely actually do this smoke or this smoke, like tiles or top mid. It's not that it's bad. It's just hard for you to actually get value out of it. Like for you to actually get value out of these smokes, you need to be holding the smokes here and here, and that means that they need to actively push through it. So generally, it's just more value for you to save your smoke until they're out mid and then use the smoke like this, so you deny them that space.
Okay.
From a macro perspective, like in like low elo, these smokes are like really good, but you're pushing Ascendant and Immortal, so it's like you want to get a little bit more value out of your smokes.
Could be walking on mid.
And also self-smoking Cat, it's like it's not bad, but
Okay. Like, because there's a teammate there, it's not.
well, part of it, but like you also just get you let them save a smoke so that they can not worry about it and then walk into here. Whereas like the difference with this mid one smoke is like, yeah, it does block it off, but you also deny mid one and you can also walk out. But yeah, I guess like if you smoke yourself off mid one like this, then it would be bad because then they can kind of walk into it. So generally as a defender, you don't want to do the same smoke that an attacker would do. That's kind of what your Cat smoke is here for. Nice. Good jiggle for this guy. I like that you're getting contact for the judge. Good.
Nice.
So here they smoke mid 1, so they're probably going to go up cat. Uranus still has A main. You could technically one-way A main, so he doesn't actually full push it. Or you can smoke for your Soba here. That's the two smokes I'm thinking of here. Yep, so you end up doing that smoke. Again, the deep smoke is just a little bit harder to hold, so I like to do the one that's a little bit out. But either way is fine.
Get him. Smith.
Yeah, you should get this kill here.
He's blind.
Oh, shit. Okay, so I guess we didn't
Couldn't get him.
read
Smith.
minimap because Urena blinds here and he fights.
He's blind.
Ideally, you're speeding up here off of your Urena's intent, so you can see him fighting a little bit.
Smith.
You just want to be fighting off of him. But I think you're like really dialed in on your own crosshair right now.
He's blind.
So he missed the pinch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually lost a round off of that Reyna. That sucks. That sucks.
Quite really low raise.
This angle's probably not a good one-on-one. I'd probably like full gamma to go into B side here. Typically you don't hold cracks when you're on 1 because they just wallbang you and you die. It's better to get into a deep corner so that you can get a more guaranteed kill and then you can heal off of it. But notice how you actually weren't even playing for the site hold there. Here I'd probably bait the raise because he has ult. Smoke back sight. Okay, so he smoked this. It's not bad. My guess is that they're double on site right now. But there's that guy. I forgot about that guy there. Yeah, no time. Yeah. That's one of the downsides of splitting up with your race. You get this kill here. It's not bad, but the flood smoke, maybe you just double on site, get that kill, and you can play the 1. It's a weird thing to explain here.
What is the smoke that you're referring to?
Yeah, backside. So typically when I retake B, I like to do this smoke here. But if you have 2, then you can do obviously both sides backside. Because most of the time the bomb is planted here. So you can kind of just like get it. Now, maybe you do the smokes a little bit deeper. But it just lets you kind of run into sight a little bit more.
Okay, easy.
But of course, that's if you have the read that they're on site. Like you had a pretty good read here that the Reyna was lurking. Because I think we saw him tree earlier. So you're having a pretty good read. He didn't rotate in. So this smoke was completely fine. You just have to commit to the retake with your raise. But honestly, if he just popped rocket, we would have won. Because then he would have killed the brim, and then you would have killed this guy. So it is what it is, right? He did 139 too, so it was actually really close. Really close round. That round's not as important. The more important thing, the retake wasn't as important. The more important thing is make sure you smoke cat like this, so your Sova can hold it a little bit easier. Or make sure you time your peak with the Reyna so you can actually pinch the Reyna. Because the Reyna single-handedly won that round.
Would you prefer Vandal Raise?
I don't think.
Okay. So no A main smoke. One thing that you might want to consider, instead of smoking A main like this, if they're defaulting, it's good to do the deep smoke like this. For a few reasons. One, if they come out of the smoke, it's a W peak, and they're kind of stuck in the corridor, but also it threatens wine. So it's a little bit scarier. So just smoke here.
Okay. This is one I haven't considered just because I figured if there was no one playing Heaven, I don't know if there was someone playing Heaven in this situation, but
Yeah.
If no one's playing Heaven, they get technically it's a W peak initially, but then
They
on
can come
tree they
out.
have a really
Yeah. That's true. It is true. It is true. This smoke is a lot better when you have a dice or a Heaven player. That's for sure. But I mean, it also just threatens the wine. It just slows down the hit a lot more. Whereas like comparatively, if you do the normal smoke, they'll just go around it and clear wine. So sometimes you'll even see people like do the smoke like this, like a right side of A main like that. I personally don't like it because then they can just AD peek and come out anyways. But of course, if they AD peek and come out, they expose to a lot of angles. But I personally don't do this one, but I've seen pros do it. I've seen it in ranked games. It's not bad. It's just I prefer this one.
Yeah, cool.
So dart gets broken A. You re-smoke. Yeah. Mid-smoke mid-sight. That's fine. Your Reyna is able to flood with it. He should get a kill because of it. No, unfortunately. You could flood with it too. Yeah, not bad. If you had both smokes, it obviously would be a little bit better. But it just sucks. Your Reyna doesn't get the kill. Obviously, you go for the flood play. Could have worked out. It is what it is, right? It's just really the problem is that they're getting A site too freely, and that's because we have no one on A site. Like we have double tree, we're just relying on this double molly setup. Typically, Killjoy A is just trash. Killjoy A is really good if you have like I'm stealing this. I'm leaking this actually. Killjoy turret looks here for the switch come out. You have molly here, you have molly here, and then you have an omen here. And then Killjoy turret activates, you molly, you blind, and you just But that's
Jeez.
It's a trap
That
play.
is evil. That is evil.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a trap play. I'm leaking it from when I was filling the tournament. But otherwise, Killjoy A is just kind of just shit, to be honest.
Yeah.
But the key here to have actually a good A-hold is you need someone either dice or coffin. Coffin is the heaven box. Because then you can actually punish when
It
they
makes
come
sense to even smoke mid site here when the rain is still so late. I should actually hold off, and then
out. You could min-max it. You could min-max it for sure, but the incentive of doing it early is that it stops like the jet from like actually taking backside quickly. Like he's gonna be more scared of this, you know.
Yeah.
But you could min-max it for sure if you wanted to.
Hands up.
100 right now.
He doesn't get one tapped out of the smoke because Zasko is better. Yeah, so you're 15 and 4 here. Really, all you have to do is just play a main for 1 and 2 rounds, punish them rushing, and then you actually have a better chance of fast rotating. Because right now they're saving their dart for the hit. They're not using any util for a main. So you're familiar with the idea of contesting neutral space because you were a jet player. So when you contest neutral space early as a jet, you condition them to use util because you contested neutral space. And now they use more util for the neutral space, which means they have less for the execute. So you could be doing that by putting your one way there. You actually said that at the beginning of the game, but you just stopped doing it.
Yeah. Okay. I play A-main, but this means I'll be late on smoke speed.
We got Tails again.
So here we go. You recognize that they went A last round. They probably just go B because like, you just called it the killjoy ult, but smoking cat again is fine, but now you don't have the B smoke. Ooh, that's a nice rocket. Well played.
Wow.
One enemy
And round over. Nice.
No.
Again, you could have rotate cat after heavy B for the contain.
But I didn't spawn anymore. Yeah.
Or you can actually just stay wine if you think it's a B fake, and then they come back. And
Yeah, okay.
but that's a really slow
Oh,
play.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, fuck this jet, bro. Fuck this jet. He dashes it, bro.
Get out of my way.
Pilot.
Drew it off. I'm surprised you didn't ult there. So here, because you don't have mid util, this is where you would rotate off of mid and then smoke mid 1 to deny the mid B. But it looks like he just droned and there's no one there. So smoking B main is good. Oh, you could see this killjoy actually made it up. Maybe if you smoke mid 1, this guy doesn't walk up. Who knows?
I see. I'm sure I spot her. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, and you smoke market. That's not bad.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this
Yeah,
tablet.
you want to get on site here.
Was
Yeah.
me.
So you anytime you have the opportunity to get on site, you go on site. Anytime. What you could do here is just go wide. So there's a clip that I could pull up, but it's just gonna take too long. But basically, I was in a similar position as you, and I was in this spot, and I made myself out get here, and then I killed the first guy, and I ended up just killing 3 here. But you have to play for the site hold because pretend they had smokes. You just get smoked off. You can't even play the round. It's 5v3. You lose, right? So honestly, it's a little bit lucky. What's up?
What about the killjoy ult here and the brimmy ult? Does that change the dynamic? Or actually, well, to go with what I've learned previously, we're in a numbers disadvantage spot, so I kind of just go for a full send kind of play instead of trying to play numbers here. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you're right though. Like, if they did use killjoy, you getting on site is just like a wrap. But like, we did spot him market, and like the odds of him slowing down to pop the killjoy and market and everyone wait for it, it's pretty low. Especially because 2 of our B teammates died. Like, they're gonna speed up off of that. So.
a market KJ ult wouldn't reach backside either.
That's
so
true. Yeah. But that's like,
not something in the moment.
yeah, that's something that I don't even consider in this. Like, the only win con here is for you to either get spam smoke kills, which is low percentage, or for you to run on site and go for a hero play and hold the smoke, and that's honestly a little bit higher. But again, you can kind of see it's lucky, in my opinion, that he doesn't smoke spawn here. Because if he smokes spawn, we're completely out of the round. So if you can get in front of the smoke and just play for the site hold, you have a
We're just
chance.
looking at minimap. Is where minimap?
And also, I guess the other thing too is your crosshair placement. You're holding this swing, but I guess he ends up coming out and going wide, so that's a little bit.
We're just looking at
crazy.
minimap. Is where minimap? Yeah. And there's a terrible timing there as well. I think I say it, but you see my eyes. I flick over to the minimap and then I flick back.
Yeah.
Terrible timing.
Yeah,
I mean, again,
Left on it.
kind of killjoy ult. So our killjoy is gonna delay. I'd probably go back and go B at this point.
Tag
Yeah,
one
right
jet.
there.
Yeah.
Give it. Hello.
Still another suboptimal. So that's where the Diva smoke makes sense for sure.
Yep. And also,
they're playing.
I would also say here that you could probably even get away with smoking off top mid, just because you knew they were heavy main.
Tag one
Right
jet.
there.
Like, that would be an example of actually where doing a deep mid smoke might be good.
You should run.
But
Oh, good luck, Raze.
Oh, I got a feeling it's a fake.
yeah, that's probably a fake. Hold the angle. Okay, run through. Oh, that's a good brimble. That's a good brimble. Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't have that smoke to flood, but even then, we couldn't. That sucks. And our Raze player didn't get any kills because he got detained. Oh, that sucks. That was a good combo by them. Good combo by them. Oh, shit. Winnable. No heal?
Yeah. So this one I thought about. because the jet just has no idea I'm there. We're down in numbers. The play here is as fast as humanly possible, kill the jet, and then just swing out the smoke and try and take a second fight before they can process that I'm, wrecking havoc and I'm peeking out the smoke, or that I was CT, if that makes sense. That was the thought process. So I don't heal. I don't take a sec. Like I immediately insta swing the smoke to try and get a second timing.
Yeah, I definitely see what you're going for here. I don't think it's necessarily bad. It's just there's not enough chaos for it to actually work. Like if your player on site was still fighting, then you actually might have a chance. But even then, I would just go for the heal. Like, yeah, it's such like a small micro timing that you're going for, where you just get touched on the toe with like a vandal bullet, you just die. So it's just like,
yeah. Heal would have been huge, so I probably would have survived.
Yeah. You kill the Reyna for sure.
Have, like, a split
Maybe you don't get a
before
second.
they realize,
but...
like,
yeah, it's not that it's bad. It's just like such a low percentage play that you're going for there that it's just like whatever. But let's recap defense a little bit. So you actually we're doing the mid-side smoke, which is good. Let's switch this and go to controller. That's all caps. Okay, so we have Clove Ascent. Defense, need heavy emphasis on a main control, so we should be doing the a main one way, like 80% plus rounds. If your teammates aren't holding it, then we can. And also notice when you did do the smoke and you played a main, they were never there. They actually just rushed B, so something is off with our pre-rounds, but that's fine. And then we keep smoking cat. Honestly, I think the better note here is we're using a lot of smokes in mid that we can't really capitalize on. Generally, you want to save your smokes for the site hit on Ascent. So a main / B main or mid site / flood smokes. It's kind of just a map dynamic. Like mid is not that much of a priority for defenders.
Yeah. One thing you mentioned as well going into the game was using the metal to delay pushes, and that's something I didn't see throughout the whole defense half. I don't know if I was just never in a position to do so, but there were no opportunities. There just wasn't any delaying metal.
The only two situations you had were when you were playing cat and they rushed A, you could have forced your way through the smoke. But the one time we did it, we decayed and went heaven. The other time we were just late holding this. Like we didn't actually make the attempt to play for the flood. So I guess that's something to consider too, is if you're playing cat and they're rushing A, you can attempt a flood playstyle by decaying and running through tree smoke. Maybe I'll bold this. And then a main control is big on Ascent. And then save your smokes for the site hit, generally. It's not to say that mid smokes aren't bad, but the only mid smoke that I would really consider here is just this mid one smoke to deny their mid push. That's pretty much the only one I would use.
Yeah. One thing we didn't dig too deep on as well. One thing that I did like you mentioning as well was the idea of like using the minimap to play off contact and looking for opportunities to play contact. That's something I've never really truly explored. Sometimes it like happens naturally or someone else will call it, but that's probably something I wouldn't mind exploring like eventually just in my next games as well. Just looking, I guess, for those opportunities to play contact more or play off of contact.
Yeah, it's like a two-man setup. Yeah, what's like a good way to word this? Because this is like a fundamental that expands across defense too. So like I guess an awareness point, minimap awareness is we can play contact for a teammate to swing off of us, or we can be aware of what our teammate is fighting and swing off of them. This is honestly how I time like 90% of my fights, to be honest. I'm just staring at minimap and getting stuff like that down. But yeah,
it's something I don't use. It's something I don't do as much sometimes, but it could be used more for sure.
Sure.
And I think, can I take 2 seconds to just grab some overnight oats out the fridge?
Go for it.
Quick halftime intermission.
How's it going, chat? How is it going? Should be in the middle of the map with defense 90% of the time. Yeah, but it's a little bit different as close. Like you could also just play aiming control. But yeah, as duelist, you do want to play rotate a lot. Can I make this jump?
And I'm back. Intermission is over.
Wow, that was quick. Your fridge like right there or what?
I just ran like full sprint.
This guy's
I've
sprinting,
been
bro.
getting legs.
Nice, nice. Going good. Hell yeah. So Omen dead for real. I mean, Omen's not dead, but like the main reason why you picked Omen on this map was for the one way here in the post or the one way here in the post. So the Omen blind's still good though for aiming control. It's just like rushing sites, but is there really any reason to pick Omen over Clove in ranked? Not really. Not really. He knifed out random fridge, knife out IRL. Yep, that is him. Okay, let's hop into T side. T side should be a lot more straightforward. I will say one thing that you can do is we'll get into it later. Big Dart, oh my god. This Dart got double scan, bro. We're not doing anything, bro. You're not in smoke menu here. You should be looking for Dart. Also, you should just let your duelist get contacts first.
Yeah. Oh.
We need to make an effort to break this damn Dart. Oh my god. Okay, so we should be getting ready to drop smokes if they want to go, because they're waiting for you right now. You see the flash? Our smoke's gonna be late now. Ah!
Chill.
Okay, so we don't force it. Yeah, we need to be a lot more vocal and ready for your smoke timing. So if you want to cancel, then you just call it cancel before this even happens.
Yep.
I looked at Xander Frog. Xander on Ascent ages ago. And Premi.
I reckon we re-hit, bro. I reckon we do re-hit. I'm gonna smoke mid to fake it.
Whoa! That's not a bad call, but
I'm gonna smoke market this.
you want to give it like another 10 seconds before you hit this.
Sick. 3, 2, 1. Oh, I remember this actually. I was so proud of this because they rotated off site.
Yeah, it's kind of a risky call, but it ended up working out.
There's 2 CT.
Oh shit.
I think that's 3.
I'm 1 HP.
Yep, now you rotate lane.
Recon, guys, kick back.
I'll have to teach you in a second. Yep. We actually could have won the round here, so I'll just go back. This is a post plant pattern 101 here, okay? So you get contact, boop, 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 immediately knife out, shift, jump on the box, shift jump here, and then you can get contact, or you can peek off of your teammate's contact here. You're just like basically hopping from stairs to lane super quickly. And you want to do this specifically when you have a player giraffe, a player logs, or a player B main. If you have no one that deep, then you could still go for it, but you're looking more so for like a random timing or just a quick kill and then falling back. But in this case, your raise was giraffe, and you kind of just got contacted and then left them to die. So that you probably could have won the round right there, honestly. You reposition lane, you probably get that kill, you overheal, you might be able to kill the brim, or you fall back to site.
Brim's like 1.
You have overheal, you have a chance. Oh, you have overheal now though. Reload, overheal. Yep.
Lane.
Oh, NT. You could also play off the alarm bot here, because your heal lasts actually quite a decent amount, so you could wait if you wanted to.
I didn't get off as well. So where would I have smoked here? Is it stairs or lane?
It really depends. Like you could argue smoking stairs and then just play off the alarm bot, or just like smoke stairs and double hold lane. But I mean, honestly, like I feel like the post plant smokes are kind of just weird. Like every time I smoke lane, they just swing through it, and it just doesn't really work out for me. But you should do the smokes just so you have a little bit of space, I guess. So basically, either or is fine. It's just there's not like a really good one that you should do at all times. But here in this case, I probably would actually just smoke stairs so I can just heavy focus lane. And then that would also probably let me reposition like this. Smoke, you might do the smoke a little bit deeper just because you have the alarm bot, and then you can reposition here and play this off angle on the lane, come out. And then if alarm bot triggers,
nothing.
yeah.
Lane. 2 lane.
Okay, let's see.
He's like on a mid, that's all short. Yep. You'll probably swing it, I reckon.
Yeah, smoke mid one is good.
Yeah.
Wait, is he smoking? Oh, yeah.
Do we try it first and then
Call
we'll
for
come
the
up?
Did you see when I smoked mid? 2 people rotated off site. Me outside for free. I'm let to smoke.
Did he call for us to smoke mid one or
Did you see?
You'll probably swing it,
I think mid.
He's like on a mid, that's all
Oh, he
short.
said walk up mid, I think.
He's
Just
like on a
off
mid, that's all
memory.
short.
Yep.
You'll probably swing it. He's like on a mid, that's all short.
Yep.
You'll probably
Is this guy an idiot?
smoke
He
mid,
called
two
you to
people
smoke
rotated
mid one, but then he darted
Outside,
mid
me
one.
outside for free.
That's some brain dead shit right there. Now you know him. I mean, that's just whatever. Speed up on the cat contact. Nice. He's actually gonna get this kill.
Went tree.
Oh, almost. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Now we smoke the cat
Got
cross.
3, 2.
Yep,
There's one on side as well.
Someone's got a negative on fucking B.
that's all good.
Back to
TNT.
Yeah, I can.
First
Wait,
gun.
yeah.
Okay, so this is something that Xander will do on this map, is if he has heavy A main players, he'll actually just go tiles. Because you can still smoke cat for your teammates and then you can lurk. But something to consider. So you're not fully grouped A main.
You're saying in what situations do you use that smoke, sorry?
So typically when people rush A, you're either smoking tree or heaven, right? So you can still do your A rush smokes, but doing it from tile, so you can actually have a lurk position and
Yes.
retain
So,
more
yeah.
of the map. Yeah. And also, like, you might be asking, well, I don't have the heaven smoke. The heaven smoke is honestly trash. Like, you actually don't see the heaven smoke in higher elo. Typically, you just see double smoke on tree, or you use like a mid smoke and then you use the other one in tree. But the heaven smoke is actually not used too much in higher level play. It doesn't do too much. Now, it's like okay for you to do because it covers the deep angle here when you scout right side, like it covers a single. But aside from that, it doesn't really give you that much value.
I can all.
I'm gonna drop smoke to be honest.
My bad.
Yeah, damn. Contacting against an op sucks. You bought round 3 up. It's all good.
Should be beat snap. Still alive.
That's probably the round here. Yeah, they're opping and playing Senti on the same side.
Wait, I can't believe
That
I
sucks.
should've.
And this is why you might consider lurking, because then you would have an option. But looking on their bonus is also a tough one. And he also bought op on their bonus, so it's like, it happens. This guy's going for the round win, the game win. Stuff like that catches people off guard a lot. So here I see you did both smokes. You generally do one or the other. So let's talk about mid 2. You're smoking mid 2 here. By the way, for people who don't know, this is mid 1, this is mid 2, and then this is mid 3. So generally you don't actually ever do this mid 2 smoke, but the reason why you might do that is because you would smoke mid 2 and then you would dart mid 1 and then you would have all of this rectangle like mid 1. But generally you don't do that. You typically will either just smoke cat, take mid 1, or you'll smoke mid 1, take cat. But it's not bad at all to do the mid 2 smoke with the dart. But what we did here was we did mid 2 and cat. So really all you can do is get mid 1 here instead of taking mid 1 and cat. So yeah, I would say it's just a little bit over invested basically. My
I actually
personal
didn't even know like what was called mid 1, 2, or 3. Like I was just like, yep, it's all mid. It's all mid. So now I actually know the calls finally.
Yeah, some people call this arch, stairs, and then top mid or deep mid, or I don't even know. But 1, 2, 3 just makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not that these smokes are bad. It's just like now you won't really have anything. But you can see you can get into mid 1 pretty easily with these smokes. But now you don't really have anything after. And we're going for a crazy solo play. So normally when you go for this lurk here, you just sit. You let your teammates make pressure cat. You listen for rotates. If they push you get the kill. And then after you hear rotates, then you can go for a play. But you're kind of going for a solo play. Obviously you have bomb, which makes it worse. But you want them to create pressure so you can get a timing. That's typically lurking 101 is teammates get pressure, you take your timing. Instead of, you can't be first contact if you're alone, right? That doesn't really make sense.
Understood. Yep.
There was 2 there.
So yeah, we would just play this a lot more patient.
Another one.
Pizza? Fuck, it's fuck, sorry.
Have you opened up?
I can smoke.
There you go.
Smoking 5. Can we smoke?
Wait, this one.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
they
smoke,
have
I'm gonna
one
smoke,
this one. Wow. It's actually insane.
smoke Nate. Nice.
Nice. Yeah.
Wow.
I'll drone this. I think we are again. I'll drone this.
Yeah.
Just after I take with the drone.
We're forcing this T set a little bit too much.
This is the side that I struggled. Defense,
I haven't played the region, so
it wasn't horrible, but you'll notice that like this was the struggle, like 100%.
Yeah, I mean, it's also because you're playing against double molly and an op, right? So Brim molly delay, Killjoy molly delay, and then playing against an op, your attack's going to struggle, but we just don't have enough map control to work with.
Didn't make much of a difference.
Like a set 101 is like, you start with mid, and then you take one in the main. So like, for example, let's say you smoke mid 1, and then you take a main, now you can actually split. Or let's say you start with mid control, but then you hold the A main and B main push, then you can actually end in a mid A or mid B. But like, once you start getting into the cycle of just 5-manning A, 5-manning B, it can work, and it works extremely well in the higher ranks when you have like entries that know how to entry. But in this example, they just have really good delaying power, like stopping power, and that is when you should recognize when you should default and when you should split from the team. So for example, if I know that Brim and Killjoy are playing like delay on A and B, like and my teammates want to rush, I'm just gonna go lurk. Like I might just like give them the smokes and I'll go late up tree or something. Because like I know we won't be able to make it out of main. Like here we're not gonna make it out of main. Not that.
Yeah, that's
Or maybe we will. There's no molly or
Does that-
Killjoy. And there's no op.
Jen?
No, there's a mollies. So yeah, you can see we don't make it out. So there you go. There you go. We're basically doing the thing where we just slam a site where they have good delay and it's not working. That's pretty much it. It's like it's as simple as that.
They're still here.
Simple as that. That's what makes Ascent so difficult.
Join up mid. Yeah, and then raise and follow. I'll be. Join shoulders. Join mid.
It's my cat, dark mid one. Nice. This is a good
That's good.
standard mid take.
Off that.
Yeah, we get the kill.
Switch here. You should square. Square. Once
Yeah, so we fake mid B, go up cat. You can probably go A main here.
It's one way.
Yeah, sorry.
It's one of the reasons
Second
why
fine,
it's
that's
good for someone to be a main. Yeah, so this is fine. This is also what Xander you'll see him do. He'll like, teammates go mid, he's gonna be late A main. Like it just gives you more map control. And if you're competent doing like being alone and contacting up space alone, which you are, you just get much more map control and much more options. So that's the main thing that I would change on your attack is not being glued to your team. Like you could easily give your teammates the mid smokes from being A main or B main, and then you can just contact up the space alone. That's really important to do on Ascent because
Okay.
you don't know A main B main is just ass. So.
I'm just I'm trying.
But yeah, we win. Okay.
Hey man, Jessica might. She might run down A or something or even be here. Yeah.
Dope, I mentioned his Xander video. I know. I was like, what the hell? It sounded like he was reading a script in that video.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good though. Like this is perfect. You Killjoy's holding A push. You gave the teammates the mid smokes. Now you can contact that B alone. This is good. This is an ideal round. Eventually, you should walk up to clear this. Yep. Perfect. Now you have an actual proper split. You smoke CT in 2 seconds. Raise rockets out. You probably win this round here.
Where's my now?
Okay, well.
Oh yeah, resmoke for them. Is
Mid-
that troll?
It's
kinda troll.
not. It's not. Normally you have a jet or a cipher to cage that, but I would say priority is on the CT smoke rather than mid 3. But if they need it, they need it. You know, it's like it is what it is. And it looks like you'll be able to make it out. So notice how much stronger this split is though, because you were in main from B main instead of going heavy mid with them. Because like imagine you were all market right now, we would be hella worried about CT and B main. Like we're just in a weird crossfire. Like they could be here and here, right? No, Twan, thanks for the 59 months. But yeah, because you're a B main, it's just so much easier for your teammates to come out market, and you kind of have their spawn line too. So it doesn't feel like much because we don't get any kills off it. But trust me, you being B main just makes this split like infinitely easier. Infinitely easier. And we have no need to actually rush. Like we don't actually have to feel that crunch for time. So somehow our rocket didn't get a kill, and they actually had double sight. That's actually really good from the enemy team. So Killjoy actually repositioned on site and gave mid. That's just good from them. Can't really do too much about it. You get the 2 trades, you smoke spawn, you can just go win. Yeah, perfect. Well played. Well played. Your position in Go Giraffe here was perfect as well.
I was kind of mixing and matching between like I was predominantly doing like team rushes, but I didn't realize how impactful this contact up and just smoke for the team was. Like I didn't realize that.
It's so
That's
good.
really
So good.
Yeah.
Something that makes it really scary though is when they're opping. And he was opping. So, but yeah, you had a lot of impact this round. I think this was probably like a 10 out of 10 round, honestly. Maybe a 9 out of 10 if I'm minus 1 point for the mid 3 smoke, but honestly, it's just like debatable, right? So. One thing I wanted to mention is you're holding the spawn smoke. You know you spawn. You just want to hold one of the edges here or here. Normally I would probably just hold this one, but generally you don't hold the center of the smoke. You always hold the gaps or the sides because they normally swing through on the sides. So. Small detail.
If not making off the FF game, I agree.
Yeah, that was well played though. That was a really good round.
Just keep on the same.
Here you have ult, so technically you could run it down, but like we also don't have jet, so it's a lot harder to rush. Like Raze does not have as good entries.
Like what's an optimal? Is there any macro to the positioning changes to how you play when you have ult? Are you trying to play like an ideal position to ult from? Is that a thing?
Are you saying like on the executes, or are you saying in the post, or both?
Let's say if I'm executing and I run out, am I running out thinking about where I should be positioned for the ult?
Oh. I don't know if it goes in that much depth. I just generally see Clove players when they have ult lead the charge. So like if there's an op, they die, they ult, and then your teammates make space off of that. So like you're kind of treating it like a Phoenix ult type of thing. But I guess like your routing would probably be important too. So you can actually chase a kill. I'm not sure. But generally you do want to be one of the players leading the pack. Yeah.
Easy. Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, you go. Maybe. You smoke both.
So yeah, here this is good. You go A side, you just separate from them. It's a little bit late, but yeah. Xander typically just does this instinctually off a pre-round. He sees his teammates group, so just separate. Then here you wouldn't actually walk up mid with your raise player. You just go up A main.
1 second, just up. Get on mid push. It looks like we're going towards B.
Yep, and there's this guy. You would kill this guy. You even call it carrot top mid because you know there's a gap, but you just need to be the player up here.
Okay, dead.
Good trade though.
Yeah, just on B.
Yeah, you just have to commit somewhere because you have ult.
Could be. Main. Sorry.
TT. Nice.
I think it's fine. I just don't really love the hesitation here. Like you bounce back and forth, right? Like we get the kill on the brim. Boop, get the kill. You speed up here, one called B main, you smoke this. At this point you have ult, you just take B. But like we spot the jet and then you immediately come back. And that's probably because like you know there's 2B, so if you want to, you can just make the call. 2B, 1A, let's just hit A. And then your Reyna would follow, and then, you know, yeah. I mean, yeah. I think it's fine, it's just, I would like to see us commit and comment a little bit more. But it ends up working out because your Reyna pinches the mid guy. You'll probably smoke CT here. Yep. And then they just double up. Ooh, they should play up. Yeah, they should play up. But your Reyna just fucking gave.
CT and...
Yeah, there we go. Your Killjoy just won the round.
Oos.
I can hold.
Okay, I realized that in the chaos, I kind of stopped with the relaxed focus gaze.
It was Jet.
I'll hold him in.
Smoke cat, it's fine.
Smoke him.
Somehow your mid dart's scanning the cat player. Look at that. It's interesting. His dart must be hella high.
Smoke him.
Oh, but it didn't scan the mid one guy, so that's the problem. His dart's hella high scanning cat, but it's not scanning the jet, and that's why we died. So, yeah, that's actually not good. Yeah, we walk up here, this is good. So, obviously, we had to wait a little bit until they were spotted for you to walk up, but unfortunately, they just insta-die. But walking up here is good. Hopefully, you get a kill here. Okay, we don't, but that's the timing you should go for. Technically, you could try to walk up a little bit earlier if you did, I don't know, just have a read that he was upping mid, but there's really only so much you can do there. So, I think it's fine. Fortunately, we just died mid. It's just mid dart was bad.
Actually.
So here, we just haven't done any successful A splits. That's probably what you want to do. Smoke mid one, walk up cat.
Oh shit, I forgot that.
This is not going to work out, probably.
Do you smoke tiles? You don't smoke tiles when you walk up mid. You just only smoke mid one?
Yeah, just smoke
and then
mid
you
one. I mean, yeah, they could push B, but like, you know, that's just gamble you take.
It is over. No smokes.
Oh damn, did we know we were Killjoy ulting? Because now it's so early.
Wait, we're buying next, yeah?
Oh, I guess they have sub ult, so they just can ult the Killjoy ult anyways. Never mind.
I didn't think of that though. That's like above my thought process for sure.
Yeah.
I definitely smoked early in my mind.
Gotcha. Yeah, you can see actually the smoke's faded as we're coming out here. So generally what you want to do is you want to drop smokes as your duelists are like just about leaving or entering. So like basically like my raise is here, about to go out. I have my smokes in my menu, but I'm not hitting right click yet. And then as they're leaving, I drop the smokes. Because like you kind of have to be a little bit more min-maxy with close smokes. It's only 12 seconds. Brim smokes, you can pre-fire it.
A lot of the more recent games I've been playing, or just in general, I don't know if I do it at all in this game, but I'll have my smokes out and then I just G up the team to put, like I'll drop the smokes and I say smokes are down, everyone push out, and I just like kind of force everyone to push out if I think it's a good team. So maybe that kind of skews. It's not so mid-max like, but yeah, in saying that, like
coordinating it at any level is good. So yeah, but yeah, min-max it. You could definitely min-max it for sure. But what you do is like if you pre-fire your smokes like this, you actually give them a cue on when to use counter util. So for example, let's say like I was the Killjoy and I saw your tree smoke, then I just pop my molly.
Oh, of course. Okay, that makes sense.
But like if you wait, like for like a better timing, then you might be able to make it out before the molly goes.
See.
But I guess
That
he
was
just
such a
mollies off this
messy,
turret
messy-
anyways.
yeah.
Yeah, you can also see 2 times we've executed A, which is running into microwave setup. This is where you would just walk up cat. Split A, like A split would just demolish their setup, so. We're just, unfortunately this game we're just heavy A main, and heavy A main just doesn't really work.
Do you know what optimal? Because I've never done the walk up mid. What is optimal pathing, crosshair placement, and stuff like that? What does a mid push look like? If you could kind of show me like what you would do if you're walking down mid. Where are you looking? Where are you walking? Do you jump on the ledge? Do you do anything like that?
Yeah, so if my teammates are going heavy A main, I'm waiting. Okay, cool. They're coming out, I'll give them tree smoke, and then I'm kind of coming out jiggle, and then I'll walk up like this. But if I wanted to go a little bit quicker pace, then I will smoke mid 1 just straight up off rip, and then I might be doing this for like a couple teammates. So like let's say we're mid splitting with like 3 players. Insta smoke mid 1, come back out, and then you're just dialed in on this. I like to walk up on the ledge like this. Focus. You could depending on your contact, if you want to be closer, you can be closer, but then peek this, and then you clear this, and then once you're here, you smoke tree, and then you split with your team. So then you can jiggle this, and then you just go. But if you're doing it completely alone, then you just want to take your own timing. So let's say like you've been defaulting the mid 1 smoke every round, then you can just smoke mid 1 and then just cross and just play here, and then your teammate are coming out A, then you can smoke cat, and then you can kind of just walk up after this. But you do have to be really careful of this clear. So that's why it's kind of nice for you to be actually the tiles player, because then if you, let's say you do the same mid 1 smoke, and then they're coming out A and then you smoke cat. Now you can't die from mid 1, but it's unlikely this cat guy is still posted on you because he's worried about that top mid peak. So now you can walk up, and sometimes you'll actually be able to catch the guy on this left side of the box like this. That's actually something I picked up from Zekin. But you can still do like a late cat walk up like this if you do your own smoke. So it's not too bad.
Okay. Cool. That's good.
Okay. Yo, Celestial, thanks for the prime. Appreciate you. Clove's best rank agent of all maps for sure. Have you seen her win rate, dude? V stats, Clove. Best agent, 52.69% win rate, and then non-mirror, which means if you have Clove and they don't have Clove, or vice versa, 55. Clove is easily the best agent in the game right now. Easily. Smoke cat. Mid dart fades. Smoke mid 2. I mean, this isn't bad. I probably smoke mid 3 instead of mid 2 and just gamble, but this is completely fine too. Wait for this. Yep. Let your teammate get contact, and you just post. Yep. Wait. You smoke the cross, and then you probably just hide here. You go into tree. Yep. Smoke. Perfect. I wouldn't scale here because I already have sight. And close door. Oh, yeah, that's a mistake. Okay, so typically if you have tree control and you split A, you already just did all of this effort to get tree control. So it makes sense for you to keep it, because if they retake, now they have to go through like this, right? And then the next level of this is like, instead of staying here, just holding the cross, you can actually fall back and you can play here. And then now they break the door, and then you can shoot them in the ass. Or you can go on this side, and well, actually not that. You come over here. Or if you're taking this even one step further, if you think they're gonna clear you, cat, you go all the way up here, and it's very rare that they actually fully clear you here. And then they start, clearing cat, and then they break door, and you come back. But basically, you just spent all of these resources to take tree, but then you just immediately gave it up. And the reason why I say you don't need to scale sight here is because if you look at the minimap, they got the kill A main. They got the second kill A main. So like, who else is on site? Probably one. If they have flooding heaven, you don't have to deal with that. And then if you take one step further, after you finish this smoke, you check minimap, drones pretty much cleared everything, Raina's on site, you're chilling here. You just stay here. So
see, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's something I haven't even thought about.
Yeah, here's a quick tip. A lot of killjoys do this ult, and then they just go out A main. But you see with this killjoy ult, it actually clears tree for you. So the better way to play this killjoy ult is you smoke mid 1 or dart mid 1. You ult A main, maybe use util, take A main, whatever, and then you just split A via tree. And then now you actually have a good sight hit, because now you can retain tree, but then also you can punish the player that stayed hell or coffin, because you actually have good angles from tree. Whereas like if you just go heavy aim in, you're just fucked. So this is the better way to play the killjoy ult. Yeah, but people don't play the killjoy ult.
I'm definitely keen to like play more. Not only just contacting up space. That's I guess not like you said earlier. Smoke mid. push B main, but also just playing more mid lurks and stuff like that. Like, in just taking those timings, something I just haven't even thought of.
It's so big. I mean, if you ever look at FNS play, he like that's pretty much how he plays the entire game. But of course he's on Senti, but like that's just his playstyle.
Maybe it's what to play.
But yeah, this angle is really good. So I just want to explore this for chat. This angle here, you see this little line, you just stand in front of it, and then you have a really good headshot angle here. But if you go a little bit further back, it's still good, but you're on a common angle now. This one just switches it up. And then if you go a little bit closer like this, you can't see them. So this one's just a really good headshot angle. And it also works out because you can up down with your gen player here. So works out really good. Good angle. Quick tip is when you get scans, this actually is spammable if they spam through the floor. So you have to be a little bit careful when you get scanned going here. An unspammable spot is actually over here. If you get scanned here, you can just crouch here and you won't die. Unless they tree, they can spam you through the box. But this one's just straight up unspammable. I've never died here. I'll literally get tagged by a silver drone and just sit here crouch, and then I'll just hear them unload all of their bullets, and then they just don't kill me. I'm just like, haha, you don't know. But
that's good. Okay, because the amount of times I panic in that situation gets killed every time.
Yeah, this one, the one that you're at is like it works out to where you don't get spammed because people don't know the spam. But because most people spam through the wall. But if you have like high pen, you can actually spam through the floor. Or maybe even with rifle, but like here, there is a way to get spammed. Here you can't.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, our attack definitely is worse than our defense though. We're just not really in like good positions to get kills. So, like,
where's this? Oh, he's over
that
there.
ops is so much value. Wow, especially the cat smoke. There's only so much you can do as Clove against a jet. Wow, he actually spams fridge too. That sucks. It sucks. That's just the downsides of Ascent sometimes. Let's recap attack though. More spread away from the team. Spread away from the team generally, unless you have ult. So basically, if you give teammates mid smokes, then you want to be A main or B main. If your teammates are heavy A, then you can either go tiles or top mid. Either is fine. You can't really do the same for B because if you're Omen, you can. Like you could sit top mid while your teammates go B, but you can't really do that as Clove because like what are you gonna smoke here? Nothing, right? Market, I guess. Technically, you could go into this corner here and then smoke market like this, but then you only have the one market smoke. So you could still do that, but like it's not as good. So B is just, you probably just go with the team when you're going B, to be honest. Or I guess
what we're having now is with the idea of playing away from the team. Let's say a team's pushing A, we have a Cypher planning on our team, planning to lurk up from tiles. Would I go with the team, or would I still also walk up cat? Would we want double lurk, or would we prefer me be with the team when we have someone that is lurking?
It's really optional. You could do either. Like both are like there's multiple ways to win around, there's multiple ways to play around, and both are viable options. I will say it depends on what I think, how strong their setup is. So like if I think my teammates need my body, then I'll go mid and let my Cypher solo lurk. But I feel like they've been playing retake a lot, they're playing heavy tree, then I might just go mid with the Cypher and then we can just go double cat. For example, if I'm looking up cat and then I die, they probably don't expect the Cypher and then your Cypher gets a kill or vice versa. So double lurk is good, but it's not good if your teammates can't actually get out A site. So it can work though if your teammates are just getting the A orb and resetting, you know. So
yes,
yeah.
Okay, easy.
But yeah. Okay, so spread away from the team. If your teammates are heavy A, you go tiles. If they go B, you kind of have to be with them. B. The other thing I wanted to mention is technically if they go heavy B, you can give them the smokes here and here, and then you can just immediately go into a tiles lurk to try to like, you know, go into fridge, and then if they go heavy market rotate, you could try to shoot them in the back like that. That's not a bad option, but it's a little bit risky because if you do give them the smokes here, it does feel like you have to kind of wait for this mid one rotate to go, and then you can kind of go here, and then you just hope that no one pushes top mid and kills you, and then you keep going, and then boom, you make it here, and then once you make it here, you're pretty good. You can check your top mid, and then you can play off of audio. So it's not bad for you to lurk tiles if your teammate's a heavy B. That's not bad as well. But
would you say, from what I'm getting though, that play kind of comes across as less conversion than just, you know, if I have ult telling the team, you know, I'll push up in main, like that kind of thing,
for
or
sure.
Main, there's an extra body.
It's definitely situational, you know. It's like something to mix in if there's like, if the B side hit is working really well, if the B side hit's not working at all. But like if it's like in the gray middle area, then it's kind of like 50-50.
Yeah, understood.
The other thing for attack that I wanted to mention was Probably keeping tree control. A split, you want to consider keeping tree control. That crossfire is just so strong. Crossfire is really strong, and it just sets you up to win post plant much easier. So split away from the team generally. And then tree control. This is true too even in the A post plant. So let's say like you went heavy A main, you made it on site, which we did in this game. Let's say we did. Plant, and then what do you do in the post? Well, you could re-smoke tree, they break door, and you sit close here. And then this guy pushes out, you kill him, and you push in the smoke. Now you have tree control, you just win the post. Because most of the time the bomb's planted here. So if you take tree control off of a kill, you're pretty solid. So you'll see this out of really high level pro players. I did one review recently. I think it was actually Chet. Might have been second. He recognized that they were coming out tree and heaven at the same time, so he decided to, instead of staying here, he decided to reposition here, and then he gets the kill, and then he actually took tree control, and then he had a late cat lurk so that they could actually pinch. But tree control is big even in the post plant because like you can't actually take heaven normally, so you can actually take tree. I think that's attack. Was there anything else to add for T side that stood out to you?
Yeah, that's all that I've got down as well.
Okay. Sweet. Any questions,
Easy.
comments, concerns?
If you've got a couple seconds to just dot off some smoke examples of mid-sized smoke, because I tried looking into it a little bit, but I kind of
like on different maps.
Struggled to find it. So just across all the maps, the equivalent of the A main mid-sized smoke, and just if there's any one ways, like imagine what you're saying here, like 80% of the time I should smoke A main, just to make sure that
any default smokes you have.
Just any default smokes, and then any default they're pushing mid-size smoke like the A one you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. We obviously covered Ascent. Abyss. Sometimes you'll see this one-way smoke when they hit A. I actually don't like this one. I like to do a main smoke, and then if they come out, like to smoke mid-side like this. I stole this one from Tens, but this one's insane. You'll see like any pro smoke player will do this one. It's just really good. But some other ones that you could do, you could either do the B main smoke on choke, but as Clove you have limited range, right? So this one's really good. So typically if you're playing Clove, let's say you're playing mid pillar, you're playing towards A heaven or something, and you're rotating, you won't have range. Like your smoke radius is like somewhere like around here, and it ends here. So you can't actually smoke B main if you're here before you peek in the mid, but you can smoke mid side like this. So this mid side smoke is your default B smoke. That one's really good. If you're on binds, mid side smoke on A is this one. So it depends on how you're playing. I actually reviewed Clove Bind today in the group coaching, so I would just recommend checking that one out. But this smoke and this smoke is really good. Or if you do one way, you just smoke one way in showers, obviously. But mid smoke is good if they are already up short, or if you don't have a player U-Haul. And then B smoke typically is just hookah, but you can have some flood smokes here either close if they're not as far out, or like really close spawn if they're already out. Or you could just do long smoke and hookah smoke. A quick tip is if you're in this U-Haul corner here, you can actually smoke long. It looks like you wouldn't be able to, but you can. And I covered that in the group coaching video.
Easy.
Haven, you should already know this one. Mid sight on A and then long. So if you're playing fast rotate B.
I didn't know that one.
Yep. So if you're playing fast rotate B, you will rotate and do this one. This is the best, and then you rotate in, and then you can swing to hold long smoke, or you can come in and hold graffiti and get into the smoke. This works great if you have a short player, and then you can swing out off of timing. But this is your best mid-side smoke on A. Just lets you play graffiti and actually transition between short and short and sight easier.
If they have full sight control, I've been doing the one slightly closer down and to the right, between default and right there. Yeah. I'll smoke that off, and then I'll try and isolate the fight.
Yeah, a little flood smoke. This one's not bad for flood.
Like they really got it set up. Like they really set up on A site. Maybe it's like I don't know. Like we just have to try and get out.
Yeah, it's definitely not bad. I think it's good. Some other ones you might consider is just one-weighing default, or just smoking short and then taking the fights in graffiti. But this is definitely the one that's not bad. But ideally you don't have to play a retake, but it's definitely not bad. Some other ones to consider for this map obviously is the B smoke is good, and then if you're rotating into C, you want the C long smoke, and you want mid-sight smoke. So this mid-sight smoke is more important than the C long choke. So if you only had one, or you had to choose between one or the other, you do C choke or C mid-sight. The log smoke is quite shit, so just do this one. Even if
Easy
you have both, if you have two smokes, you're gonna do long and mid site. You almost never do the log smoke.
Okay.
Bind, we did Pearl. Honestly an Astro map, but it's okay. Clove, you smoke here. If you have a second smoke, you might smoke here to keep your pit player alive. Or you smoke flood smoke in front of art so you can get to backside and it just threatens the planner. So it depends on what you want to do with it. If you have more art players, this one's good. If you have a dugout player, this one's probably better. If they're taking art, you actually smoke on the box like this instead of smoking here or here. This is just the one I saw in ranked play. This one was pretty good. But of course, either or, like this one or this one is fine too. But I just saw this one on the box was really unorthodox, but it just makes it really scary for them to push.
Yeah.
And then for the B smokes, you just do on the choke here. If you do have a secondary smoke, you honestly don't really give your site teammate a smoke. You technically could smoke off elbow for them to stay alive. That's not necessarily bad, like you do this. But generally, I haven't really seen mid-site smoke on B. It's kind of just been that. Actually, you know what? We're calling back from pro play. You would actually do this smoke here, so your elbow player can flood, like leave site, or your CT player can run into the smoke. It also blocks off the one way that Astros do. So
That's good. That's good.
it's really good. So Astro smokes are really big. So the way that Astro smokes B site is they do heaven and hell, but they're both in the heaven lane. But the heaven smoke is so big that it drops into hell and one way is hell. So by having the
Can I do that as Clove?
no, it sucks ass as Clove. So Clove, your heaven smoke is probably going to be something like this, and then your B-Link smoke. You might consider doing like your heaven smoke on the little box here, so you can one way a little bit of the guy that runs out, but yeah, you can't do the heaven hell. I think technically though. Sorry.
I didn't realize that Clove and Astra smokes were a different size, like by that much. So I saw an Astra do that one-way smoke, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do that as Clove.
You can technically, as Clove, click on the other side, like so it's not in heaven, but it's in hell. You can click on this side, and you can smoke CT like that.
Yeah.
So that's not bad, but it just means that they have that corridor to play in, which might be a healthy medium. You can just try for this one. It's not too bad. I haven't seen it, but like I was in a custom testing it out, and it looked pretty good. So probably most people just don't know about it. And then split. So split, you smoke main and you smoke a ramp, so they can't take early. But if they're just going heavy sight, then you smoke main and then you give a sight player. So if you have a player on elbow side, you give this one. If you have a player in this other corner, you give them this one. And then if you want to, you can give them a flood smoke if you just want them to get out after they got in a kill, or maybe you have a player in screens that wants to flood in. So basically you have this, or this. But generally, if you're playing ropes, you're probably just going to do this and this, so you don't have to worry about ropes when you rotate in.
Yep.
For B, you can actually smoke B main and mid sight from ropes like this and this. This is your best mid sight smoke here. For retake, you might consider smoking new box, but for the sight hold, these are your two best smokes. Then what was the last map? Sunset. So A main one way, you can smoke it from market. This is typically where 80% of clubs play. You start the round here, you close the door, smoke market, or you just don't close the door, but you stay market, and you might just look for a fight. You can even walk out to this box. If you die here, you can pretty much smoke one way still and smoke B main, I'm pretty sure. So taking this fight as clubs is actually not too bad. It's risky though. So A smoke one way. If they're hitting A, you smoke this. You can actually, before you rotate to here, you want to make sure you get your smoke down on this one here before you rotate, because now you're out of range. So you can sit here, smoke this, and then rotate. For B smokes, you smoke main, and then if they're coming out, you either give sight smoke here, or the other one I really like is this one, because now it lets you push out of the market smoke and get to back sight and vice versa. So this one's quite nice, but this one's pretty good too.
Cool. Easy.
And then something that you used to see is actually this one, but I don't think this one's as good as the other one now that this front sight has this little divot. You can just get the fully flush one like this. But this one used to be pretty popular. You smoke off left side sight. But this one's pretty good too. So, and then if you rotate and you didn't one way A main, but you smoked this one, you just saved both smokes. When you're rotating here, you can smoke off elbow. And then that's your A hold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it worth chucking a one way down deep A main if there's not teammates playing off it?
Depends. If you think they respect it, then yeah, because it just slows down the round. But if they've kind of just been running through the one way anyways, then it's probably good to save it. Like, for example, if they have neon, they're just going to disrespect your one way because they just run through it and then fast lane like this, and then they can't get shot at. So that's why neon just breaks the game, honestly.
Yeah, it just breaks it, yeah. That makes sense.
I think that's all the maps, right?
Yes, that's huge. I'm gonna go back over that specifically as well, and just like take my screenshots, get it in my Obsidian, get it all like, because that's so much. Like all those mid-sized smokes there is stuff that I've never done before and never even considered. So that's gonna be very impactful for our retakes and stuff.
Yeah, yep. It's really more so for floods, like just keeping your site players alive. Retakes honestly are a little bit different sometimes. Like they're more on the fly. How can you isolate angles and stuff? So you can be a little bit more creative with
That's
your retake
a
smokes.
massive focus moving forwards as well, is playing more for the flood. Playing more for the flood, using these smokes and getting on site and having a bit more impact before we're in a retake situation.
I mean, I think I've showed you the V stats before, right, for the retake? I'll show it for chat.
The numbers, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. So if you just go pretty much any map, like as soon as the bomb gets planted on really any rank, it goes like the win rate and the post plant increases as you go higher rank. So for example, Radiant post plant conversion is going to be higher than say Iron. So as you climb the ladder, the more you give site, the higher chance you have to lose, and that's true for every single map, like Ascent, Bind, especially Bind B site, Haven A site. Like there's certain bomb sites that you just don't want to give up. B post plant is terrible. Split B site is terrible. Sunset actually is pretty even actually. The retake's aren't too bad here unless they play spam. But yeah. That's that. Any questions, comments, concerns before I let you go?
No, dude. Smashed it. There's a lot to get going.
A lot to sift through, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll try to break it down as best as I can. Come up with some like a bit of a game plan for the maps moving forwards based on everything we've spoken about. Like a bit of things I can try and apply. But no, man, nothing from me just yet. Just a lot to action. Yeah,
I would say to keep it simple is you just want to pick one focus point. So let's say you're on defense, you might even just make your one focus point the minimap awareness thing. But like we have like 3 bullet points. You shouldn't be looking at all 3 bullet points really. Like you could read through it, but like the thing that you want to repeat in your head while you're playing, say Ascent, is like heavy A main control, heavy A main control, heavy A main control, heavy A main control, and they just play A main control for like one whole game. And like you're not playing it necessarily to win. It's just to get this pattern down, so you don't have to think about it anymore.
Yep.
So yeah, just pick one,
easy.
Focus on it. Switch halves. If you want to pick a different one, you can pick a different one. Like for example, attack's going to be different than defense, for example. So yeah, that's the way to do it.
Hopefully we haven't gone too far over time for you as well. I noticed that and I was like, oh, I'm sure I'd say something if it was too detrimental.
Oh yeah, no. Well, we'll wrap up here though. But yeah, hopefully it'll be good. I expect some implementation next week, and we'll just check back in next week.
Easy done. All right, thank you very much, sir.
Yes, sir. If you want to say bye to chat, and then yeah,
take care, everybody. I love you all.
There you go. All right, I'm gonna hop out of the Twitch pop out thing that we have here, and then I'm gonna say bye to chat independently.
Easy done. All right, take care, man. Thanks for everything.
Of course, you too. Peace.
Peace.
Alrighty, that stream together thing was cool. All right, chat. That was the stream. That's gonna be a weekly segment on Tuesdays. And hopefully that will be a recurring YouTube series as well. That will be fairly easy to get up. And we will be doing multiple of these series. Zasko is just the first one, but my goal is to get people in different ranks. So today was Zasko, and he's like Ascendant, Low Immortal, High Ascendant, Low Immortal. Ideally, we get someone that's in Plat-ish, and then we get someone really low Elo. Just to get low Elo, mid Elo, and high Elo. And then obviously on different roles too. So I just have to figure that out. I might get like a duo coaching thing in there, but we're just gonna have other segments, and we'll just be going it from there. What a great day to be me. Get home from gym. Dopey did controller VOD earlier, and his controller coaching Zasko. I feel alive. There you go. Controller's getting recognition. Let's go. But we'll figure it out. If I need to, I will create a Discord Google form that you guys can apply to be coached on stream by me. But like I'll have to sift through it. That's a very hard if, but I just want to let you guys know. If that is something, just be on the lookout for it. It likely won't be free for you guys. So like I would want you guys to feel invested into it and kind of just not like I want you guys to monetarily, financially invest into the coaching so that the series is actually something. Zasko specifically, I know he wouldn't flake on me. And the value I'm getting from coaching Zasko is he also has his own YouTube channel. So the investment wouldn't be too much. Like normally my one-on-one coaching is $1,000 for 2 months. It would probably just be like $100 or $200 just so you have a little bit of skin in the game. But yeah, if I need people from the community to apply to actually get a good candidate, I will put the Google form in there. But otherwise, just stay tuned. I need to, get the ball rolling and stuff. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream and enjoyed the coaching. And yeah, you guys have a good night. I am going to hop out of here. It's already 7 p.m. So yeah, it was cool. Bet. I'm glad you liked it. Was there anyone for me to raid I could send you guys to? Tarek, Crypto Guy, Weeded's the GOAT. We can send you guys over to Weeded. Alright guys, you guys check out Weeded's stream. He's a super great gamer. But I will peace out. So you guys take care, and I'll see you guys next Tuesday. And yeah, peace.